Anyway, let me sit back here.
That you yourself have been designed, evolved, to be the most positively brilliant quantum level computer processor, solution generator, ever evolved, designed, devised on planet Earth. The huge problem is that over the course of us growing up, most of us have taken on a whole series of computer viruses. So imagine that within yourself you might have as many as 100 major viruses, which are clogging the ability of that computer to function at its most brilliant level.
Now listen, these are the blockages.
But on the other hand, imagine if you could learn to clear that processor to the point where it would begin to totally hum, in tune with the quantum field.
Right.
At such a level of openness and vibratory awareness that it would actually begin to function at the level that it was truly designed to function at.
Yes.
What we found is that
check it out.
The frequencies in that field, the electromagnetic energy and the frequencies that are in the radiation from the heart, actually change depending upon what we are feeling. Our emotional state influences changes in that electromagnetic signature. For instance,
I know you know.
If we're feeling a strong negative emotion like anger or frustration, it creates what researchers call an incoherent spectra in that electromagnetic field. Lots of different frequencies fighting for power. The pattern looks very jagged and irregular, kind of like you'd see if you were looking at a pattern of an earthquake. And we see that kind of electromagnetic signature again when people are feeling these negative emotions. The good news is that we see a completely different kind of feel when people are feeling positive emotions.
Okay, check. I had to say that. I had to stop this. Check it out. Look, feeling bad emotions. Look, if you conceive that something, that this water, okay, that this illusionary water is, they put all this type of shit in it, right? If you conceive that, then you're worried about that. You know what I'm saying? You fucking up your energy field. Because first of all, you're believing in something else that's greater than you. You understand? So you're going to definitely destroy shit. You are one with everything. If you understood this, you would know this. You would yourself would amplify, because you would stop a lot of things. A lot of interactions with certain things, a lot like the children, instead of, you know what I'm saying, you understand that that child is you. You understand that it's not for you to do anything to that child. A good example, check this out real quick. Education, right? The root word is edicrete. Yeah, we're going to go into these brackets and boxes. I'm going to go in there to pull your ass out. Now dig this. Edicrete, right? It means to bring out. That's what education really meant. To bring out of the child. But the education that you have here in these United States, as they so-called call it, right? Listen, they put shit in. They get you all these books to put shit in. Alright? Put shit in. Why you keep trying to put shit in your head? Edicrete means bring out. Bring out. Bring out. Project it out. You can only... The true science and laws is the pattern of nature. And nature releases blockages. Opens it up so it can flow. If you worried about all these power lines and shit, what have you just done to yourself? What you have just submitted to a certain power so you can have the blockage in here. So when high extreme energy, you have to understand everything works for you. Detach. Just like when so-called, as they say, when people pass on, you know, I don't use those low frequencies. I don't say curse. Ain't no curse. I just say those low frequency words. And if I did come across a low frequency word, I would try to quickly upgrade it in my quick thought about even using that word. It's no curses. It's just low frequencies and high frequencies. Try to construct your shit on a high frequency. That's it. You understand? Embrace all. You know what I mean? All. And even in that concept of embracing it all in totality, because there's no mother, no father, it's one energy at many extremes, just like Smith was in the Matrix. Smith, it was a lot of Smiths, but it was only one, the one, Neo. You know? But their whole system was the one. Their whole system was the one. You heard? They, Morpheus, Trinity, Cypher, they wasn't the one because they didn't believe they was the one. They kept looking for someone else. Just like we know not to look for nobody else. You know not to look for Jesus. You know not to look for the Mahdi. You know not to look for, should know not to look for a Naga. Should know not to look for an Annunaki. The hell is wrong with you? You release the blocks. You releasing the blocks. Just like when they say you pass on, you can't take nothing with you. Next level. Well, see, we gonna next level it here. Before any transformation energy goes into the ground again, we're going to transform into some light and go around this motherfucker. Or whatever you choose. If you can afford to have no blocks in your ass, the energy must flow through you. Be water, my friend. Water. Water. When it comes time to be the Naga, pour the water into the Naga motherfucking construct and become Naga. When it is time to become whoever, pour the water into the Naga codex and, I mean not the Naga, but the Annunaki codex and get with it then. You heard? But do not pick those energies. Because then you break the whole cipher. You break the circle. Now you throwing squares in there. Now you throwing sigils and 5-point stars and 6-point stars. That's cool in a dynamic, but not from your knowledge base. Your knowledge base is next level. It can't be nothing that's translated into this shit, because this translates into frequency only waves. Frequency waves. Frequency waves. But it's not even picked up. So it don't matter what the fuck you come out. It's tones. It's tones. See, I'll give you an example. You can see a Mexican couple not talking to you, but you can see them walking and they talking in Spanish. And they'll be like, and he go, oh, what, however that shit go, you know, I know a little bit, but I'm just trying to give you a real fluent type of move. All right, you can tell the energy of what they saying and how it's going. You can tell that energy. You don't even have to hear what the fuck they saying. You can tell the energy. If he was like, you know what's you can tell the energy, right? That's the only thing that count. It ain't with them fucking words. It ain't with them fucking feelings. You can tell the energy right there. You don't have to hear it. And this is next level shit. So all that book and text shit, putting in, Edicrete means to bring out the energy. Where can you find Anunnaki book in your atom? Where can you find a Naga encrypted code in your DNA? Other than it moves like the frequency. We understand that. That's just a part of it. But what I'm trying to say is it's not going to lead you to go study. Look, you study yourself, and then self going to tell you to go study the Naga. What the fuck? Who told you that? You study yourself, and then going to tell self to go study the Anunnaki. Who told you that? Noble Drew said, I'm okay. When the student came back and said, I'm through studying self, he said, are you? Well, go study self again. And then go study again, and then go, you can never be through. So why you studying all this type of stuff that is not going to exist on the next level? Bring yourself back to the circle. 0 point. Ain't nobody telling you wrong. There is no wrong. It's just right and left. We use wrong because that's what you, me, is used to hearing. Check it out.
You know, really heart-based emotions that have long been metaphorically associated with heart. For instance, if we're feeling real genuine appreciation or sincere care or real compassion, what we see in that field is what's called a harmonic spectrum. The frequencies are now working together. They create what's called a harmonic sequence. They're not fighting for power, they're supporting one another. And all of these changes occur because of what we do as human beings, the emotional qualities that we are bringing.
He just said they're not fighting for power. They complement one another. This is what Bobby Hemmett was saying about the spirits. He said that he was told never to mix something, and he mixed Yoruba with something else. You know what I'm saying? And it was a fight. But he said it was just a family fight. He said, but that was nothing. That was just a family fight. But they all in agreement now. And then he said, matter of fact, Ogun and Ogun and I'm not sure, so I don't want to say, but two of the ancestral spirits got married. All right, had a big wedding. All right, what I'm trying to tell you is, and we can get back to these. Well, I won't go there right now, but nevertheless, it's unification in the spirit world. All right. See, on the lower frequencies, they was subtract. I mean, I guess they was, apart and separate and free to roam and do their thing. But when they go to the next level as the frequency, what's the name? You have to bring all that shit together as one once again. Boom. Next level. Roll the shit. You heard me? Now, we're going to keep it going, though.
Into life, affect that field. Now you take that a step further. The field surrounds us in 360 degrees. We're broadcasting that energy, first of all, to our own bodies, but we're also sending it out into space. So in a sense, we are communicating our emotions through an electromagnetic field produced by the heart. So there's a lot more research to be done on this because now we've moved beyond biology into physics. Now we're into electromagnetic fields. How do these fields affect one another? How do they affect each other? These are all interesting questions that we have ongoing research to come up with definitive answers for. And I think it's just the beginning. I think that what we're measuring is some of the densest energy produced by the heart. And that there's another subtle energy component of heart that's far more powerful, far more interesting, and that radiates far beyond just a few feet. And all that will be discovered in the next few years.
Of all the energy centers of the body, the heart center produces the strongest signal.
Listen.
With heart disease being the world's #1 cause of death, and the heart center being the main broadcast power center of the body, we have to nurture and respect it as if our lives depend on it. If we intend to send out a signal to attract a response, and our central power source is damaged, we will be sending out a weak signal. And the question is, do the magnetic laws of attraction hear a weak signal? Well, we are living at one location on the earth, and the people we want to meet may be in another. How can we communicate with our future soul matches through the field?
Well, the most important thing is doing soul work, meaning putting your soul into the conscious field where your soulmate soul can find yours. And
okay, we ain't gonna go there right now. Okay, but give me a little second real quick. Let me just say this too. I'm getting to this to understand it. See, it's not what you know, Officer Hoyt. Is and don't take that bullshit. You know, matter of fact, you know, I just recognize something that somebody foolish might think somebody trying to say something. I'm not even projecting any of that shit. You know what I mean? That was just you know, some ad lib into a fucking message, all right? But not no message that anybody's an officer. So I'm gonna retract all that shit, and I'm not gonna clear the tape of it. But I apologize for any misunderstanding. You heard me? Now check this out. So clear your mind. How will we be able to clear our mind if we're holding on to anything? I don't give a damn what it is. See what I'm saying? Look, true knowledge cannot even be perceived by a biased eye. You heard? You heard that before. True knowledge. See, I'm not projecting anything in this box other than the unity of no points, meaning a circle. Melchizedek, no beginning, no end. Melanin, what Carol Barnes said it does. It changes, it alters its whole molecular structure. it changes and becomes whatever it needs to become at nanosecond timing. You heard? So I know that there is the code. That right there is the code of silence, which means, who are you? I am. Who are you? I am. Identify yourself. I always want you to identify yourself. You know? Define yourself. Are you black, white, colored, Hispanic, Pacific Islander? See, when the police officer asks you and they give you ID, remember them other agents came to the one, he said, oh, it's the anomaly, however you say that word, right? So if you told the police, I don't have an ID, and break down with the sovereignty or break down with the Moors paradigm upon them, and know your shit well, and you've been, you know what I'm saying, I know mine well, and place that up on them, he know, oh, it's the anomaly, however the fuck you say that word again, right? See, when you hand over and tell them you're a slave, Negro, black, colored, 14th Amendment citizen, you tell him, hey, I can shoot you. I can actually, because we've been told to, you know, bust a cap on motherfuckers like you if you get slightly out of hand, because we're trying to send a political motherfucking message anyway. So I hope you do move, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Period. You heard? Peace, yeah. Divide and conquer, you know, victory. Anyway, nevertheless, all that type of shit, see, right there, is gossip. Simple. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, just what you just heard was gossip. It was not even necessary. You heard? Period. Now we get into the next level shit is on. It's not on. It's not here. It's not here. It's here. It's feeling. So it's not technical resolve. It's what you believe here. See, if I gotta hold a cup, and how you gonna be? How you gonna? If the great and mighty all spirit that's in us all right, said it's no fear, then when you pick up a cup and think that it's all fucked up, what is that? Oh, I didn't see, it's here. It's not what fucking you think here. See what I'm saying? It's here. You supposed to pick that water up and say nothing. Don't pay attention to it, because you don't cause a block. The energy don't get enlarged in you. The shit, look, you breathe. Listen, it is so many. They said it is like 70. I'm making up a number, but it is tons. But I'm gonna say 300 tons of star dust and particles hits and falls into the earth every day. Or what is it? Every day or every year? Something like that. All right. I think he's gonna say it too. Nevertheless, do you hear me? So that means interstellar radiation particles. You're sniffing them. So you're getting energies just from breathing. So always open your windows, will you? Check this out. Nevertheless, you're getting them. But see, if they get in your ass and you got a block, you got some hate and shit like that against something, that means you are the divider. You're picking and choosing in this box that you know you control every fucking thing. Everything, brother, you gotta know it here. You gotta know it here, not fucking here. And then pick something like, I'm a this, I'm a that. You really? Really? So you do deny the all I am. Do you really? Do you deny your part in everything? Let me find this.
That doesn't have to do with outward things. In order to that intention out there.
Okay, I think this might. Yeah, here we go.
The field is the sole governing agency of the particle. What he meant by that is the field, the invisible forces, are the sole governing agency of the particle, matter. So it says human beings as physical matter are actually governed and shaped by the field. And this is what we're beginning to learn. Reading the field is very important for our survival.
The human body has an aura of electromagnetic light energy that radiates far beyond the boundaries of our physical body. Doing another simple experiment with our radio antenna, we can see that a weak or static radio station comes in more clearly just as our hand comes near the antenna without even touching it.
Another thing too, you've been in your house and somebody came down in a truck with a big whip antenna, had a base station in their truck, and they hit their walkie-talkie, CB, and boom, and disrupt your TV, come through your TV. How that happen? Because it's a high frequency, and it disrupts this low shit. See what I'm saying? It disrupts it. Your frequency, to be high frequency, you got to understand that you're connected with everything in order to draw the energy in. So you're trying to connect with your reptilian part, or not the reptilian part, and go to the thalamus, and all this. You can call it what the fuck you want to call it. But what you got to understand is you need it all, man. It need to flow through you. You need not to let energy get caught in your ass. See, when you doing the Tao, it tells you that you got to turn your navel, turn the energy 36 times one way, then 36 times back the other way. You know what I'm saying? And when you're doing, 36 times one way, right? And then when you moving the energy through your body. And they says, do not stop doing this, because it's dangerous. If you stop fucking moving the energy without turning that at your navel the opposite way 36 times, the energy will get stuck in your back, and you have back pains tomorrow. It'll get stuck in your butt, stuck in your legs, stuck in your head, stuck in your neck, things of this nature. So you see what I'm saying? So once this energy comes about, you must understand what's going on. First of all, in order to train your subconscious, it's not basically what you say to your subconscious. That's slow speed. It's got to be in your thought processor. It's got to be in your thought processor. Your thought processor got to absorb everything. Be water. Be water. Be water, my friend. Be water. It flows. It gets energy flowing. Not stagnated energy. Not stagnated water. It's got to be flowing. Don't cause blocks. Don't cause dams in your body. Because you say, damn it, I'm not that. Damn it, I'm not this. Damn him. Damn that. Damn you. You understand all this type of stuff? Listen, the energy must flow. It must flow. You are the only one that's blocking your energy, because you deserve a choice in this matrix. Pick from all these poisons. Pick from it. Okay? Okay, yeah.
Arizona Senate Democrats pleased that President Barack Obama will be in Phoenix next week to speak about the economic stimulus plan. Minority Leader Jorge Garcia of Tucson says the emergency funds will hopefully offset spending cuts that the Republican-controlled legislature are imposing to balance the state budget.
It'll put a lot more money into Arizona's economy.
This is simple scientific proof that our field is interacting with the field of the radio waves at a distance. Our consciousness transmits information into the field, but how powerful are our thoughts and feelings?
It's important to clear your field so that
Clear.
you are creating a very intentional signal.
Intention.
By that, one of the things is not dating or having flings, not holding on to semi-relationships that have your foot in one
I don't
foot
agree
in
with that.
and 1 foot out. You want to clear all of that, because
What she talking about? Look, right there, because I can only be clear. All right, I'm nuclear, all right, nuclear level. All right. See, first of all, it's no mistakes. It's no wrong. It's you. Okay, look at it as a mistake, but you already know it's a negative, and you already know that negatives can be turned to positive in the box. All right. Nevertheless, in your imagination, of course, you have to weigh yourself, man. All these things you already know is inside of you. In order to have your heart as light as a feather, you must forgive yourself. I don't give a damn what you have done in your past. I don't give a damn if you a kleptomaniac and you always stealing. I don't care if you're a pervert. I don't care what the fuck you is. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? But if you in the God conscious mind, all right, and you have to know that no matter what you have done in your past, now I ain't talking about drop morals, motherfucker. I'm talking about no matter what you have done in your past, you must forgive yourself. That's clearing yourself. She talking about getting out of relationships and things of this nature. Man, be you. And know for certainty that you are the all. You are the highest creation upon the planet, standing as the all. Not saying it's just your ass, you know what I'm saying? But understand you are within that all, and you was given great motherfucking powers. Great powers. Stop grabbing a hold of all they shit. All these feathers, holding you down, holding you to something, holding you. How you gonna be free? How can you be free? Free your mind. Let it all go. Let it all go. What you holding? Let it all go. Ain't nobody, I'm not directing you to more science. I'm not directing you to none of this shit in the box. I'm trying to direct you out of the box. Jack, you let Jack out, get the fuck out yourself. He just bobbing over this shit like this and shit. Over some fools. And they look at him as a fool.
That will actually create confusion in the line of communication. It'll make it like
confusion
that.
Is being confused about what the fuck you do. Don't be confused about what you do.
It will also bring people around you that can guide you, or you may think that they're the ones, but it'll be confusing you because you're sending mixed messages. So they may be partially what you want, but they're not in fact your true soulmate because you're sending out mixed messages about what you want. So it's vital to clear your space on that level if you're looking for an intimate soulmate relationship. Totally clear that space and make it open and available.
Just get past her. Started with Einstein, ended up with her. I don't understand it right there, but
in the body, if we look at the 7 basic energy centers, they're like circuits in the body. And we're not all, as individuals, we're not completely whole in that all those circuits are connecting all the time. For example, I just spend time with some people and suddenly I naturally feel smarter. I feel brighter. That's because their circuits are activating a part of my circuitry that makes the energy flow more completely. Often people go to a spiritual teacher and they'll put them on a pedestal because just in the presence of that person, they feel so spiritually more awakened. One of the higher centers starts to open. Well, it's not that that person sitting there would have that effect on everyone, nor does that person necessarily have all their circuits together at all. It's just that they happen to have 1 or 2 circuits that are open that complete another person. In a similar way, it's like a man being turned on to a woman over here and another man not being turned on. This woman literally activates some circuitry inside of this man that completes his energy center, so now energy is flowing to the sexual center. There's always been known in the past the muse. The muse would inspire the writer. If he didn't have the muse, that little circuitry that allows him to express what's inside of him simply couldn't be connected. So that's what the muse does. So in a variety of situations, our relationships activate certain circuits inside of ourselves that connect up the different energy centers. Generally, when we find someone that we're in love with, someone that we want to share our life with, that's what we often call a soulmate. And that's someone who activates the circuits in our heart. They activate us to the eternalness of love. And so when we interact with this person and we're open, not when we're shut down, but when we're open, we feel there's part of us that can love them forever and wants to love them forever. And that's what we often define as a soulmate. They may not be the one that opens our mind or opens our sense of creativity or gives us confidence. They're going to be the one that opens our heart. It could be they can open 3 levels or 2 levels or all 7 levels. And that's the uniqueness of every relationship. Never look for perfection in a person, but to know that the perfect relationship for us is someone who stimulates in us, when we're feeling centered, they stimulate within us a feeling, a knowing that this is a person I'd like to share my life with. In their presence, I become a better person.
The people we meet and the spiritual experiences we attract by coincidences may not actually be coincidences. They may be the results of our personal broadcasting.
So when you want to make contact with your soulmate, in the conscious field before actually meeting them in person. It's when you're actually doing.
Okay. Now this, I apologize, but don't go just yet. Now they just, cause there's a couple things I wanted to hit on here before I.
By our own vibrational frequency, which is a reflection of the proteins in creating our biology. The significance is that as individuals with individual frequencies, there are some people whose frequencies are more complementary and more matching than other individuals whose frequencies are quite different. The relevance to this is that matching frequencies or complementary frequencies interact with each other and actually, in the terms of physics, interfere with each other. And as two very closely related frequencies come together, their interference patterns result in an enhancement of the field itself, a powering of that field. So this is called constructive interference, and allows two individuals that are closely related to communicate across this field. The most characteristic and easily understood communication is that it usually occurs between a mother and her child, which are, of course, very much connected to each other. In fact, the child has cells from the mother in it because of the developmental processes that occur during fetal development. And more importantly, the mother has stem cells from her child in her body as a result of fetal development as well. So that both the mother and the...
All right. I'm going to have to go back on that shit. For sure. Listen. I'm just going to end this up, right? Because the whole demonstration is about no more than removing the blockages, just like nature does, removing the blockages. Let it flow, clearing the energy centers, letting it flow. All right, moving the chi through the energy. The Naga is energy. The Annunaki, the Naga, Annunaki, all these energy signatures that you wish to command and call upon. Because they were poured upon, you're always going to have a duality. As soon as you make one damn point, you got many more. It's like when you point one finger, you got 3 pointing back. If you don't point, if you stay in the circle knowing everything is working together, everything is working together. This doesn't say be a fool. This doesn't say be in the streets. This says leave the streets alone. Ain't nothing out there. This says cut the damn TV off. Ain't nothing on there. This says study in this manner and you'll see everything gravitate. You got to say it here. When you see, look, when a child is doing something and he's la 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 la, we always say, be quiet, you're making too much noise. Or he's moving around too fast, you be like, hey, why don't you stop running around? Actually, I come to the senses of that's his way of expression. If you shut off his ways of expression, what the fuck is you doing? And first of all, God saying in the circle is saying that that's you. That's an extreme of you. Even if it ain't by your blood, he's still an extreme of you. See, blood is all connected because everything is connected. Period. If it wasn't, then it wouldn't exist, and it could not exist. So whatever you have that is in existence, it doesn't matter. No program should overtake you. No fear should you fear about anything. Soon as you, what is that other thing that they were saying? Praying. Most people pray, they asking for stuff, begging. And the true Magi understands that praying, when you pray, you're never supposed to speak. You pray with your heart. You don't pray with your mouth. The Magi that cast this, well, actually it was when I say the Magi, I'm saying a part of us, a powerful part of us, all right? Cast this so we could all make it happen, so we can make it happen. The Matrix is about control. By nature, you want to become a part of something. You want to be a part of something. By nature. Gravity wants to hold your foot down every time you lift it up. If you succumb to utilizing your mind, all the data. Look, and remember the Matrix? Do you remember the Matrix? Who went against? Who tried to kill? Who sold out Morpheus? It was Cypher, right? Cypher. Message. That's numbers. That's numerology. That's astrology. That's mathematics. He was the one that was trying to kill him. See, when you pray, look, I'm gonna give you this real quick one. Oh man, I forget the guy's name, man. But nevertheless, he speaks about the quantum world, you know what I'm saying, and the illusionary, ether. And he was stating that I almost slipped. I wanted to say two things, but he was hell, he spoke on a few things. Shit. Really. All right. To hell with what he spoke on for right now. But the thing is, do not attach yourself to something. You're causing blockages. The energy will not flow. Nature pulls it out of you. You steady trying to put something in. Cipher, the numbers, the mathematics, all that type of stuff is the one. I know it was a projection, but that's exactly how you're supposed to look at it. It was a projection. Even the Oracle in that projected movie, right? But see, you and don't forget now, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm speaking on something that I want to clarify, just in case you might think that is some type of duality shit than what I'm talking about. Okay? I utilize and alchemicalize movies and everything that I see. I don't take anything for what it is because it's going to go in this melting pot. You heard? Nevertheless, and not from day one. This is after I studied all this type of stuff, and it kept running me right back into the circle, So I said, shit, that's the only thing I'm gonna recognize. All right. So anyway, sheesh. Well, what today is. Okay. So, back into the circle. The laws of this circle. No beginning, no ending. I said that shit before, and damn it, I really can't remember what the fuck I was saying. But I'm going to end it not right now. Because I'm not even worried about how the fuck this shit come out, man. If you're listening, check it out, man. Just listen. You heard? You know. What would happen? Let me ask you a question. What would happen in the Matrix? Matter of fact, check this out. You remember when they was up on the roof and he was shooting at one of the agents, and he had the gun and he shot, and his gun, the bullets he was through, you know what I mean? He was out, and the agent started blasting at his ass, right? Okay, what'd he do? He went into move mode, right? He got them doing what he didn't even think he could do. But before he went into that mode, he said, "Trinity, help me." He hollered for somebody else. His guns went out. He hollers for somebody else, and he gets in move mode, but he gets shot. Trinity come boom, you know, hit him, right? Bam. He calls on somebody else. He the one calling on Trinity. Keep in mind, man. Keep in mind. I'm going to throw this in there. Abraham, his family was idolatrous. Right? Abraham was a friend of God. Alright? Right. The friend of God. Let me get this place about for here. You heard? And, oh, by the way, if you can see this is how an atom looks. The atom looks like this, like a vortex. This is how the electron look. It don't look like those models that they was telling us before. They knew that shit, but they didn't want to tell you this. See, because if you thought that's how your ass look, you use a vortex. You're a vortex. See, the speed that's density is saying so slow you can see it, but that shit ain't slow. Because if you look at that and say that's an atom, and you know that your ass is vibrating fast as a motherfucker. You heard? Period. Stop thinking you need something. You need something. You are. See, you think you might need to do something. That causes fear. That causes guilt. That causes shame. That causes something that you think you should do. And things that you feel bad about something. That's human shit. That is very human. That's in that box. That's in that box. You got to know here. You got to know here. It's not fucking what you know. It's what you can prove. Look, it's not either one of them. It's not what you know. It's not what you can prove. It's what you. It's no. You know what? It's what you use here. You know what? I'm gonna put this at the end of this, man. Just because this went crazy, and I hope I didn't lose everybody. I hope y'all stay tuned a little bit, because here's some powerful shit. All right. Now, this is the first time I said this. I might say it one more time, just one more time, and that was it. That's it. But I have a twin brother, right? All right, a twin brother. To make this story as short as possible, we went through a couple things, but nevertheless, I went up to Ohio, all right, because I wanted to see what's going on out there and try to probably live out there, all right. So I go up there, but all the time he was jealous of me because he had stopped lifting weights, he stopped working out, and I kept going, right. So nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, you know, he's got a wife and stuff, you know, of course I'm not disrespecting walking around with a tank top or nothing like that, but anyway, you know what I'm saying, he was jealous, alright, and about some shit, and nevertheless, he kept trying to punk me, man, you know, I let him punk me twice, alright, but that third fucking time, you heard me, it got a little bit redundant, you heard, you know what I mean, and I'm talking to him, you know, and I made my point, boom. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of bagged down without me saying too much of nothing. But anyway, as time progressed, we up to the 9th goddamn disrespecting thing that he brought my damn way. But we happened to be at a club. Alright? We was at this club. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Okay? Because I don't give a fuck. My twin brother's a Mason. Alright? Now, check this out. So, nevertheless, we go to a club that's in Ohio, a bar, lounge-like club, That's one of his brothers or whatever. All right. So we in there, we playing pool. All right. His wife there too. So we playing pool, and I'm all the way out in Ohio. Don't worry about my geographical location at this point or at that point, but nevertheless, we was out of Ohio. And what had happened was, this man started feeling so inadequate. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, you know, I had took off my jacket and shot some pool. Now let me just tell you, it's not factored in on what's happening here. It's factored in what happens afterwards, all right? So don't focus on this part. He gets jealous. See, it has something to do with something, right? Not me with none of his women. Hell, to be quite blunt about it, I'm still gonna hold my tongue on this part. But nevertheless, there's nothing on my part. But nevertheless, anyway, he calls me a bitch. And I was like, what the fuck is you on? Now, we've been drinking at this time. I said, man, what the fuck is your, and don't call me no more motherfucking bitches, blah, blah, blah. And he, some kind of way, he kept talking. Now, I know my twin brother got 2 9mm under his shoulders, right? But before I know it, I let one off on him. Pow! Hit him with a left, though. Not my right. I'm right-handed. I hit him with a left. Pow! Caught him, right? And he went about like this. But I didn't premeditate to hit my brother. But before I knew it, you know, it was this the 9th time this man just keep fucking with me, you heard? You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way out in Ohio, you heard? And shit like this, and he, you know what I'm saying, this and that and the other, you know what I'm saying? He's a nervous wreck. He lost his wallet. we kicking it, right? We ain't kicking shit. We having a conversation, right? So he loses his wallet one time, and he claimed I got it. Because I had to ask him, could I use his ID at one point, you know, to such and such, this, that, and the other. He said no. So I'm up in Ohio. He loses his wallet. He figured I got it. What the fuck? Nervous ass Mason. Nevertheless, and then he said he had some bulletproof vests. He misplaced them. Yeah, me. No, fuckhead. He finds them. He finds his wallet. Matter of fact, he thought his other guy that came to his house took off, and all this stuff. He's just ridiculous, man. You know, nervous wreck, basically, to me. But nevertheless, so after I catch him, right, he goes back there. He said, come on outside, come on outside. So I said, I'll come outside. So he goes outside, and I goes out, you know, about 4 or 5 feet from him, right, and walks on. As soon as we hit the what's the name, he pulls out one, and I go ahead and step on out, and I'm looking at him right now. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it is 100% true, 100% fact, no exaggeration. All right, check it out, because I understood something, and you're gonna understand something from this too. Check it out. So anyway, I'm gonna make this quick as possible. All right. Anyway, what had happened was, he was, you know, all hype and say, and he didn't say nothing. But I'm looking at him. The way I'm looking at him is not. I'm not thinking about nothing here. It's kind of hard for me to describe it, but as close as I can describe what I had is, I was looking at him in a manner. I was looking at him in a manner, something as if like I see you, but I do not see you finna do shit to me, you know. And it was like very relaxed, you know, not tensed at all, not worried, no fear, no nothing. It was like I was in the air, all right. It was just like my body was just hung in the air, right. And that's how I felt. And I was looking, but I was knowing he's not finna do nothing to me. And I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying nothing. All right? I'm just looking. But I'm feeling it here. I'm not thinking here. Like, what should I do? Where should I go? None of this shit is working. None of this shit right here is working. I'm here, right here. And I'm looking, and I'm looking at him saying, I see you, but I don't see you. I don't see you doing shit to me. This is what I had in my heart, and my feeling was very calm. This fucker shoots the gun. He cocks it back, hammer hits the pin hits the bullet don't fire. The bullet does not fire. He jacks it back again, it flies out. Next one in there, he shoots like at the ground. He goes to shoot at the ground, like this. Dumbass. I mean, how you gonna, if you ain't trying to shoot me, why you gonna shoot at the ground? Can you control a ricochet, you dumb motherfucker? No. But anyway, he jacks it back and go to shoot at the ground. Pat! Nope, nothing. The fucking hammer hit the pin hit the bullet don't shoot. Second bullet that don't come out this bitch. And all at the time, I'm still looking at him with no fluctuation in the feeling I had. When I told to my other brother, right, one of my older brothers about it, he said, man, why the fuck did you stand there? And I told him, I said, I don't even know. He said, you mean to tell me this motherfucker pulled a gun on you, shot at you twice, the bullet didn't come out, and you still stood there? I was like, yep. And he said, when did you leave? I said, when he shot me. Now check this out. Here's what happened. Now, at the point where my pose was just natural, like the feeling was like I was hanging in the air. Not hanging, but just suspended in the air with feeling like that. And the energy was just like, like, you know how you go like this, you look at a motherfucker like this, like that? Something like caught up in that energy. You know what I mean? Like, not how dare you, but, like, motherfucker, I can control the fucking molecules in your bitch ass, Something like that, but not, you know what I mean? But here's the feeling, you know what I mean? The feeling was just calm. Like, it was nothing finna happen to me. It's nothing, no fucking way. Nevertheless, the third one, booyah! Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But this asshole still shooting at the concrete. So anyway, it comes out, but I did feel a little different. I mean, my focus, it just diminished, in that time frame, whatever that shit was, it diminished. So anyway, he fired off one. Now the chances of him, two duds or two bad bullets getting in there, as many times he fired his shit, all right, and things of this nature, a lot of things could exist in that. You know what I mean? He got 3 or 4 clips. He always switching them. You know what I'm saying? Shit like this in order to keep the pressure off of him. He'd be taking them and losing all type of shit, right? So how did the fuck did 2 bullets that refused to come out get in that chamber at that time? You know what I'm saying? All the transactions that happened before of him shooting and things of that nature had to be calculated. But I ain't calculating shit. You heard? For the simple fact, I goes back into the bar and I found out this bitch shot me in the leg because I didn't even feel it. I didn't feel shit. I didn't feel nothing. And as I went to walk in the bar, when I got in the bar about 3 steps in, I said, did this motherfucker shoot me? And I looked down and sure enough I was shot. But I say that to say this, Neo. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in coincidences. Coincidences for ignorant motherfuckers. You heard me? It's an omen. You follow the omens. And I'm telling you, Neo, you know what I'm saying? I stopped not the bullet from in the air. I stopped the bitch before it came out the chamber. You heard me? That's on you. I am because we are.